Major League Baseball welcomes you to the following presentation of the Detroit Tigers.
Pitching matchup you do not want to miss.
This guy's got it, man. Frontline starting pitcher.
Got him. 8 with 98.
Swing and a miss. He got him. Sandy Alcantara is rolling.
Terrific start from Tarek Skubal.
What a start for Sandy Alcantara.
Can this bat's head slinging this? This guy's a big game pitcher.
Oh, man, these are the matchups to look forward to. Sandy Alcantara, one of the great seasons ever in 2022. He's back to that level. Cy Young form for the Miami Marlins, and for the Tigers, the two-time defending Cy Young Award winner Tarek Skubal. Tigers going for the sweep today against the Miami Marlins. Tigers baseball on Detroit SportsNet is presented by Bet365. Welcome inside Comerica Park along with Dan Petrie. I'm Dan Dickerson. Dan, what is it? There's just something about a day when two aces are on the mound at the peak of their game. You just get fired up for these games.
Well, you know, any day that Tarek Skubal pitches,
Yes.
Of course, we get fired up. But now, when you got Sandy Alcantara, another former Cy Young Award winner, going face-to-face, I mean, it's two bulls butting heads, and can't wait to see who comes out on top.
Tarek Skubal making his first home start, coming off a rough start last time out. But, Dan, the stuff is still great.
It is. And you know, that's one by his standards. He's going to be, well, you know what? It wasn't my best or anything like that. But there was still plenty of swings and misses. And it wasn't just on one pitch. It was on all of his stuff. It was another miserable day. He loves to pitch at home. This will be his first home start of 2026. I know he can't wait to please this home crowd and come up with one of those primal screams that he's patented for.
This is what I love. His boys there. I ran into Jessica in the garage just a little bit ago, and she says right now, little 2.5-year-old Kason right there, his mantra on repeat is, Daddy baseball, throw hard.
And they were in Arizona when Tarek Skubal had a great game out there. Didn't get a lot of run support, but he pitched well in front of his family.
We know about the Tarek Skubal changeup. When Sandy Alcantara is right, it's a power sinker, and also, like Skubal, one of the best changeups in the game.
And it's a pitch that he throws more than any other pitch, so he's going to lean on that. He certainly has a lot of other weapons at his disposal off those 97-mile-an-hour fastballs that he's going to throw. But when he gets in trouble and he needs that strikeout, this is the pitch that he usually goes to. And you can see why. If he's going to speed bats up, getting ready for that 97-mile-an-hour fastball, this thing's going to be awfully rough. So two big Cy Young Award winners going at it, and both of them had great changeups.
Tigers have gotten back to what they do best, throw strikes. The bullpen's been terrific. Drew Anderson closed it out yesterday. Tigers and Marlins coming up.
So I hammer the
Tigers baseball on Detroit SportsNet is presented by Bet365, where winning is everything. By McDonald's of Michigan, get a $5 McChicken meal today. And by Rally House, Michigan, it's your city, it's your house. It's the Rally House. What a good weekend for the bullpen, and what a thrill yesterday for Drew Anderson, closing it out with that classic 3-inning save, the first save of his career. As we look at one more thing, the Tigers, known for their strike throwing, had been a little off. The Tigers come home off the road trip, and they've been doing nothing but throwing strikes, and as you can see, putting up zeros. It has been great to see Finnegan, Herter, Jansen on Friday. Drew Anderson, 3 1/3 innings to close it out in the game yesterday. This is going to be a strength of the team. It's been a little bit up and down. Great to see the start to the weekend against an offense that had been firing on all cylinders, coming in averaging 5 runs a game. We're looking forward to this one. What a way to finish a 3-game weekend series. 2 former Cy Young Award winners going head-to-head. First pitch coming up. Tigers baseball is presented by Figer Law. Getting ready to wrap up a 3-game weekend series. Tigers and Marlins. Tigers going for the sweep. They've held the Marlins to 1 run in 2 days. Tigers starting pitcher is presented by Wallside Windows. First, we look at the weather. 62 degrees. We're supposed to head in the mid-70s today. I'm an optimist. I believe it. Sun trying to break through the clouds as we get this game underway. Tarek Skubal taking the mound moments ago. I love this.
Yes.
Kids take the field first, a great Sunday tradition. And look, he doesn't just take the hand of the ball. A little conversation, and she's got some things to say to Tarek.
Yeah, but I mean, he's getting ready to go out with a sweep in Alcantara, and he's got a good 10, 15 seconds to spend with a young person. That's awesome.
I love it. Tigers starting pitcher presented by Wallside Windows, a 1-2 start. But I'll tell you, that start against the Twins was a little weird to me, Dan. I mean, the swing and miss stuff, and the just balls kept falling, and all I know is that the stuff looked good. He got a lot of swing and miss, as you said. And Tarek Skubal looks like the guy who's won the Cy Young Award the last 2 years. Sometimes he just likes to remind us that he's human. Austin Slater, who is in camp with the Tigers this spring, takes a fastball low, and we are underway here at Comerica Park in downtown Detroit. So glad to have you along for the wrap-up of this 3-game series. 2-0 win for the Tigers on Friday and a 6-1 win yesterday. Austin Slater's been around in the major leagues for a while, parts of 9 seasons, because he hits lefties. Fastball up and in, and it's 2-0.
And it is just nice to see him get a chance after having a good spring for the Tigers. No room for him, and he found a job with the Marlins. Now, that's a little strange right here. I know he wanted to challenge that very first pitch. I mean, very, very close, but just to fall behind 3-0 on the very first hitter.
Doesn't happen.
No.
Right through the heart of the plate, just backs off a little bit. 94, nice easy middle. Slater off to a 2-for-18 start. This Marlins offense has been driven by 3-4 hitters who are off to great starts. 3-1 up the middle, grab by Skubal. How about that glove? 1 out in the first inning. That ball was by him until it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, originally it looked like, oh, this one's destined up the middle. Maybe a little bit off the end of the bat, but Tarek takes his fielding very, very seriously. And after he throws the pitch, he's going to make sure he's in good position to field his position, and does so right there to get the first out.
Curveball and a beauty for a strike. Tarek asked her, do you play sports? And she's like, yeah. And she was telling him all about it. I mean, I didn't just hand her the baseball. You know, what do you play? She clearly was ready to tell him all about it. I love it. Like you said, he's getting ready for a start. Big start against the Marlins, and he's got that time to spend. Swinging a pop-up to center field. This will carry away. The wind is blowing that way. Might have boosted it a little bit, but Javi Baez had it the entire way. Tigers starting defense brought to you by Marygrove Awnings. We're going to see Javi Baez with the injury to Parker Meadows in center field a lot. Kerry Carpenter much improved throwing. Runners did not run on him as much last year as they had in previous years. McGonigal's been terrific at third or at short. Zach McKinstry, you can play him anywhere. He's at third base today, and you will be comfortable with his defense. Sinker for a strike, so the 3-0 start to the game, and now nothing but strikes from Tarek Skubal. The strike one. In the dirt, Jacob Marcy, the Allen Park High School product, Central Michigan University, burst onto the scene last year, put up big numbers, hit for average, hit for power, had a tough finish, and it has been a rough start so far for Jacob Marcy. Check swing foul out of play, and he falls behind 1-2. He was actually better against lefties. What a good sign for a rookie that he debuts. This is over 200 at-bats total, and he was better against lefties, hit them for average and power, and that's why he is still in this lineup, even though he has gone 5 for his last 41. Fastball, strike 3, frozen. This is no ordinary lefty, though. And a 1-2-3 first for Tarek Skubal and the Tigers. Take a look at the Tigers lineup today, presented by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Two hot bats are at the bottom of the order. Spencer Torkelson has been on base a lot his last 5 games. 16 of his last 26 trips to the plate. And Javi Baez is 7 for his last 12 with a home run and 3 doubles. And of course, Kevin McGonigal, he's just on base every game, it feels like. Alcantara making his 4th start of the year. Opponents haven't touched this guy. Doing what he did in his peak form in 2022 when he won the Cy Young, going deep into games. He's averaging 8 innings a start. Soft fly ball to left field. Hernandez makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out. Take a look at the Marlins defense, and again, every 90 feet is going to be battling, is going to be at stake here today with these 2 pitchers. Slater's got the best arm in right. Teams generally don't run on him. You will run on Marcy and Hernandez. Otto Lopez and Xavier Edwards excellent up the middle, and Sanoa won the Gold Glove for utility players last year in the National League. He's at 3rd. And an early challenge from Ramirez.
Catcher, the challenge of the pitch.
Challenge is powered by T-Mobile. And not good.
Yeah, that's not really close.
Wow. How about that? Lose your challenge, second batter, second pitch of the game.
And you got a guy out there that throws a lot of first pitch strikes, a lot of strikes overall, and you know he can get back in the count just like Tarek Skubal did with the first hitter of the game. And you use that challenge on a pitch that really was not close.
Torres swings and misses at the changeup. When Gleyber Torres came to the Tigers last year, the thing that the Tigers raved about, this is one of the best right-handed batters against right-on-right sinkers in the game. Short slider for a strike. He just has a knack. He learned from Magglio Ordonez how to hit that pitch. It lifted the entire team's production against sinkers last year, and that has been his best pitch the last 2 years. Sweeper, swing, and a miss. It's time for StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud. We look at the last start for Alcantara, the swing and miss. He's not a big swing and miss guy like a Tarek Skubal, but he got plenty of swings and misses last time out, and it's largely with the changeup, but you can get swing and miss, as we saw. 5 different pitches got swing and miss. Second lefty that he faces, fastball strike on the inside corner. You don't want to fall behind in the count, and that's why it feels like the Tigers will be aggressive in this game, Dan.
Just like McGonigal was,
yeah.
But that's kind of his MO anyway.
Line drive, base hit, 1 hop off the dirt into right for Colt Keith. And we look to the left-handed batters today against a righty.
Yeah, just a sinker and a little bit inside. Colt Keith, who's off to a really good start, just gets out in front of it, shoots it in that hole. It just continues. But you're right, Dan, on right-handed hitters, you're going to be looking at those left-handers because he's tough on everybody. But right-handers so far are hitting 0.59 against Alcantara.
Lefty's 2 for 34 coming in. Lefty's 2 for 34. Yeah. I mean, that's crazy. He generally doesn't throw that sinker a lot to lefties. And lefties generally like that sinker from a righty, don't they? Change up away. 2-0 on Riley Green.
You know, just watching Alcantara, too, just the way he went after Gleyber Torres with that slider, I don't know that he necessarily, yes, he'll try to hit some corners, but his stuff is so good that it's just like, here, I'm going to throw it right down the middle, and if it ventures onto a corner, that's fine.
Change-up strike. Matt Vierling saw him a lot with the Phillies in his outstanding 2022 Cy Young Award season. He was saying today, he said, the thing that impresses you, he just comes after you. Relentlessly attacks.
That's why he's able to complete so many games, and already that 93 pitch shutout.
Sweeper away, 3-1 on Riley Green. He said we had success against him, and they did win 4 of the 6 starts when he was with the Phillies in 2022, but he hardly gave up any runs. He said the bullpen always gave it up after he left. The 3-1 to Riley Green. Ground ball, and that will get through into center field, and Keith will get over to third. Line drive, one hop single into right. Ground ball single up the middle. Tigers with 2 outs have back-to-back singles to put runners at the corners.
Yeah, those sinkers right now, the Tigers are finding some holes, hitting it on the ground. Cole Keith into right, this one up the middle. And Riley Green, you say don't look now, but he might just be heating up a little bit. And nothing like a home run yesterday's game and also a single to knock in a run, but he might start feeling just like he did last year and is also the last 2 years being all-star years for him.
Early opportunity. You figure runs are going to bring it a premium, so an opportunity you have to be able to find a way to take advantage. That's a tight slider for strike one to Dylan Dingler.
And he's only at 15 pitches, but still drive that pitch count up early.
Never seems to matter with this guy, does it? The strike one, fastball perfect. He painted the outside corner.
That's 2 in a row. Through that slider and that sinker on the outside part of the plate.
He'll throw the changeup to righties. He throws it more to lefties. Soft little tap foul. There is the changeup down and in.
And no wasting a pitch. Just
Never.
Right after him. Just right down the middle changeup.
So far through 3 starts, it's been the best strike throwing of Sandy Alcantara's career in 24 innings. Lots of first pitch strikes, total strikes. Fly ball down the left field line. That one's deep. That one's got a chance. And it's gone! Dylan Dingler, 2-out, 3-run home run on an 0-2 pitch. Tigers take the 3-0 lead on his 3rd home run.
You said, Dan, he was not going to be afraid to throw right-on-right changeups. And Dylan Dingler happens to get one inside and just is able to turn on it. What a big, big blow. First home run by Alcantara has surrendered this year. Look at this changeup going inside. And that's the thing, it's just talking about maybe not being afraid to hit a spot. He's just saying, I'm just going to throw it, and wherever it ends up, and that one just ended up in the seats.
Ground ball fouled on the first base line. What a beautiful look at the way Dingler pulled the hands in. Dan, he's become a really good hitter the last 2 years.
And he seems like he's always in the middle of it. And he had, a big, even though it was just catcher's interference yesterday, but that led to the Riley Green home run, that really broke the game open. He's always in the middle of some kind of rally.
Change up away. I mean, obviously, Alcantara didn't want that ball up like that, but to get the barrel to that ball that's off the plate and in and hit it out, impressive. Changeup gets Kerry Carpenter, but with 2 outs and the bases empty. Dylan Dingler, after 2 singles, delivers the big blow. 3-0 Tigers after 1.
You've known us for...
That guy is just giving the Tigers a 3-0 lead. Stunning for the Marlins because, as Dan said, he hadn't given up a home run this year, and Alcantara had given up 2 runs. 2 in 24 innings. An early challenge from Dylan Dingler. This ABS challenge presented by Figer Law. Marlins have already lost one of their challenges. Dylan Dingler had a feel, and by that much.
Well, who's going to be
into a strike? But man, Dan, he's been good on his challenges.
He has. He only missed one, but who's going to be mad at him after the 3-run homer if it wasn't right?
The strike one. Ground ball club by Skubal again. He'll hand it off to Spencer Torkelson. 1 up and 1 down.
Away, Tarek. Field that position. Make all the pitchers proud out there.
That's right.
That one was hit a little bit harder than that first one. This one stung pretty good. One hopper right there, but see, he's in that good fielding position after he lets go of the ball, kind of squared up, and nice little play. Said, yeah, you guys make fun of me, but you know what? I make all the plays, except when I try to snap it between my legs. It's like a football center, but other than that, he jumps off that mound and makes most of those plays.
And I think you said the key thing. He's in a fielding position, ready to field his position when he finishes his delivery. And not all starting pitchers are good at that.
No, I mean, especially now where they really try to get that backside through to get that velocity.
Look at Jack Flaherty. No, listen to Dan Petrie. He was ready. He had a good look at it. That's pretty funny.
He does. He always does that. But I always pay attention to those little dribblers, those swinging bunts, or bunts in particular. He hops those off the mound, and he makes most of those plays.
Check swing. Did he go? On the appeal, Willie Traynor is our first base umpire. He says he did not. Still really good on that call, and that is the correct call. Hernandez 1 for 3 with a walk in the series, off to a 5 for 35 start. Tigers done a very good job against a lineup that, again, was off to a good start from guys who didn't have the track record necessarily to sustain it. Swinging a pop foul out of play. They scored just 1 run on 8 hits in the 2 games. George Skubal gave up 8 hits in Minnesota. That matched the most he gave up in a game all of last year. And yeah, there were some line drives and some hard contact, but there was some strange moments in that game. 2-2 in the dirt, getting ahead of Buxton 0-2 and losing him to a walk.
You know, there were also, you could tell that there were times where he didn't have that feel either for, especially his changeup. There were some pitches that were just really uncharacteristically off the plate from Tarek.
Beat him in with a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Hernandez had no chance.
Boy, just to see that at 98, loosening up a little bit, getting that little warmer weather. But boy, that's a good sign, pitching inside to those right-handers, because you know what that's setting up later on is that great changeup down and away.
Four-seamer goes up and away to Connor Norby. He's had a very good series. He's been the best bat, 2 for 5, couple of doubles and a walk. Right at the knees at 95, backs off a little bit, locates. This is one of those Marlins, and there are several who have an opposite platoon split. This guy, this righty, just doesn't hit lefties at all. 180 last year, off to a terrible start this year. Advantage Skubal. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. There it is.
Uh-oh.
Hard in, soft away. Look out. 6 up, 6 down. Third strikeout ends the second.
It's time for the Call Sam best call. And hey, is there a pattern going on here in that first inning? Pitch inside to Cole Keith, another one right there, base hit to right. Pitch outside, a sweeper up, sinker on the outside part of the plate. Riley Green with a single. Pitch inside to Dylan Dingler, another changeup up inside. That one ends up in the seats. So little pattern may be coming.
First pitch, cutter. Grabs the outside edge against Spencer Torkelson. It's a 6-pitch mix. Cutter is not a pitch that he throws a ton, but what Spencer Torkelson is noticing is that he's getting the pitch that pitchers throw the least. The 5th and 6th pitches as his production has grown. And it's worth repeating, this guy has been, he's ready to break out, it feels like. Dave does not have a home run, hitting .209. He has reached 16 times his last 26 trips to the plate with a walk, a hit, plus 1 hit by pitch. Seeing the ball well, and he's hitting the ball hard.
It's just important, too, that he just stays with that approach and doesn't, start saying, well, I should be hitting for a higher average. I got to hit a home run. Just stay with his approach and know that it's going to happen.
Softly to Edwards at second. 1 out in the second inning. Let's take a look at the keys of the game, brought to you by Bet365. And you had some keys all teed up.
I did, and the Tigers didn't give us a chance to really get to him, but put some early pressure on Alcantara, just like the Tigers did yesterday. See if you can get that pitch count up and get him out of the game. And, hey, continue to find the seats after not hitting a home run in Minnesota. They've hit a home run in each of the first 2 games here, and Dylan Dingler, of course, with the big blast in the first. So before we could get to those, the Tigers just said, hey, let's follow suit.
I want our viewers to know that Dan came up with that before the game began. He didn't come up with that in between the first and second innings. That was on paper. It was written down. The graphic was made.
That's about 8:30 this morning, talking to Denny Blount, our producer. What are the keys today? And that's what we came up with.
Not bad. It really did feel like that you know, the battle, how good he's been and how good he can be. We saw him last September when he was rolling to a strong finish after coming back from Tommy John surgery, that every 90 feet was going to be the key today. You drew up, find the seats. I like it. Well, I didn't think that was an option today.
But the only reason is because this is his first road start. Let's just see how he reacts. But also, he hadn't given up a home run. You knew that a home run was going to happen, and you were hoping that it would happen today. And the Tigers have been hitting home runs this homestand, so good.
Fly ball left field, fairly deep and playable for Hernandez. Back a step. He'll make the catch. 2 up and 2 down, second inning, and now a message from Figer Law.
At Figer Law, every case is personal to us, and we won't stop until we bring home the win. Figer Law, all we do is win.
Brings up Javi Baez. I love this start for Javi Baez. I was worried because of the finish last year, Dan, where he really struggled to the finish line. He remains vulnerable to sweepers and sliders like that. But when he's getting a pitch to drive, he's not missing. He's 7 for his last 12. He's hitting fastballs. He's hitting splitters. He's even looped a couple of sliders in and not swung and missed, but 7 for his last 12. 3 doubles, and he had that wanded home run into left field off the top of the fence in the bullpen in game 1.
That was a breaking ball too that he got around. But yeah, it's just, and I think AJ's being careful with him too, because after the home run he was not in the starting lineup yesterday. Just making sure that they don't overuse him and keep him healthy.
And that feels like his best role. Maybe that 400, 450 at bat instead of every day. Making sure you're picking the right matchups. He gets a sinker here. He can drive that ball. Fastball away. He's been on fastballs, and that's been impressive. He's always going to chase. He will. That's who he is.
Yep.
But I really like the at-bats the last 5 games. 2-2. Slices this one deep and foul down the right field line.
You know, the other thing that he did in Minnesota was he used all fields too. After his first at bat where he got hit by a pitch and trying to drive him off that plate, open up that outside. He was hitting them down the left field line, up the middle, the right field line, using every option that he had to him, which is really good to see. That's what made him so good last year down the stretch and into the playoffs, was going the other way, not getting in that pull mode all the time.
Laid off the breaking ball away to get the count to 3-2. Not many 3-ball counts with Javi at the plate. Cutter gets him. After giving up 3 in the first, Alcantara 1-2-3 second. The Tigers with the lead.
Sometimes you forget when a guy wins back-to-back Cy Youngs that they're making improvements as well. And last time out for Tarek Skubal, he felt like his leverage just wasn't good enough in the case of what he was able to execute his pitches, specifically with 2 strikes. And that's something he went back and worked with since that part. And now he is executing, to say the least, early in this game with those 2-strike counts.
Yeah, Logan, there was, again, a couple of back-to-back at-bats where he was ahead 0-2, 1-2. This was in the inning where he gave up 4 and got chased in Minnesota, and he lost Byron Buxton to a walk and Austin Martin, as we mentioned. And, damn, we looked at each other like, that just doesn't happen.
No, that's one of those moments where, you know, you just scratch your head and go, I wonder if what was the reason for that? trying to make too good of a pitch. You're trying to strike somebody out instead of just getting them out.
So these are the whiffs that he totaled up, the swings and misses, and that was on 41 swings. If you're approaching almost 50% swing and miss rate on all of your pitches, it's one thing if one pitch does that in a game, and we've seen that. All of your pitches, your swing and miss rate is near 50%. That's a night when you had good stuff, and there was, again, I think just some bad luck. Line drive into center, and Hobby's there. Ball carried out. That's a good swing for Xavier Edwards on a 1-2. One thing that Tarek Skubal knows how to do is finish off at bats in 2-strike counts. Nobody in baseball gets to 0-2 more often than Tarek Skubal the last 2 years. I mean, it's not even close. He got to an 0-2 count 290 times last year. The next closest, Kevin Gausman with 260.
And yeah, that batting average goes way, way down when you start 0-2.
And that pitch is one of the big reasons why he finishes off at bats. Everybody knows how good his changeup is. Well, Sandy Alcantara in his Cy Young Award season of 2022, which was a phenomenal season, look at what opponents hit. His changeup was arguably the best pitch in baseball that year. Swinging a foul out of play. And when you look at Skubal last year, his changeup the best pitch in the game. Alcantara in 2022, changeup was one of the best pitches in the game. And you look at what opponents hit, it's nothing. It's a $130 or a $150 with no power. Fastball frozen. 99 middle. De Los Santos, no chance.
Now that's what happens when you start locating that changeup on the outside part of the plate. You get looking out over there and saying, yep, he's going to try to get me out of way, and then just surprises him on the inside corner. Very tough to pull the trigger when you kind of go, oh, man, where did that come from? And right on the corners, too.
I like that he's breaking out the curveball. It's not a lot more, Dan, but he's not shelving it.
And there's certain situations that it surprises you a little bit.
Any of it. You got a challenge, you can challenge. Other than that, I don't want to hear anything.
That's the first time we've seen that this year. The home plate umpire, Mike Estabrook, clearly hearing some chirping from the Marlins dugout. And this is one of the defenses for umpires this year. You got a beef? Challenge. I love it. Fastball swing and a miss. Tarek Skubal is dominating right now.
And I think, though, the reason why they're doing that, though, is they know that they lost one of them so early that they don't want to use it right now. So, hey, make sure that you're calling all the pitches that should be strike. So I don't blame them for kind of chirping just a little bit to make sure that maybe they'll get some benefit of the doubts here early so they don't have to use that second challenge.
But I like the umpire's point. You got to beef, challenge.
Yeah.
If you think these calls are so bad, then you should be able to challenge with some confidence. Too bad if you've already lost one.
And AJ said that last year when he was talking about, if they were going to put ABS in. He said, you know what, that should take away from any player coming back and complaining about it.
The 1-2, ground ball softly to short, a ball put in play finally for the Marlins. McGonigal takes care of Sanoa. Tarek Skubal, 9 up, 9 down through 3.
Tiger Law.
We'll bring friends, family, colleagues, teammates, everyone you know to Comerica Park this season. It's an unforgettable experience. We can tell you, there's no such thing as a bad day at the ballpark. And at Comerica Park, it's a good day. Group tickets now available for the 2026 season. Learn more at tigers.com/tickets. Sandy Alcantara getting ready to go through the Tigers order a second time. Last year, he was not the same dominant pitcher coming back from Tommy John. It took a while for Alcantara to get back to where he wanted to be. He had the surgery in the fall of 2023. After the numbers had jumped in 2020, earlier in 2023, he had the great Cy Young Award season in 2022. So he missed all of 2024, and then he had some struggles. His ERA was high through his first 23 starts. And then his last 8 starts, and this is when the Tigers saw him. He was on a roll, and when we saw him in September, Dan, it's like, oh, that's the guy I remember.
He looked good. He really did.
Good hitters count for McGonigal. Line drive, base hit into right. It's what he does. Just let me see a pitcher for a second at bat, and I've got him figured out. I mean, how impressive. Line drive, single to right.
I don't know. There's just every day there's something else that he does. But, you know, the biggest thing, too, is how consistent he is.
Yes.
I mean, every day it seems like he's on base, whether he's walking or getting multiple hits in a game. He's making good plays defensively.
Ground ball softly up the middle, and that will be out at second. Wild throw to first. It hit the barrier, the little fence there, and came back. Did not go out of play and come back.
Let's see that play at second. That was awfully close.
He thought he was safe. It was bang, bang.
It sure was.
Edwards goes to the bag.
This got him. Oh.
Tigers will not challenge. Yep. Just before the foot on the base.
Yep, just coming up. That slide just coming up. Oh, boy.
I don't picture Gleyber Torres running, but we are looking for many of these Tigers who get on, when they get on, to perhaps take off. Alcantara does little to stop the running game. Kind of an eye-popping 35 steals allowed by Alcantara last year. And the catchers for the Marlins, today it's Ramirez, have really a tough time throwing runners out. Fly ball right center field, not deep. Slater comes in to make the catch. On an 0-1, Colt Keith flies out for the second out here in the third. Tigers took the lead in the first. 3-run home run from Dylan Dingler. It was Keith and Green who singled with 2 outs. You said it, Dan. It looked like they knew there was a little pattern going on with how they were being pitched. They saw one pitch in, a second pitch in, single. One pitch away, another pitch away for Green, single. Dingler saw 2 changeups in, second one, home run. Pretty impressive hitting. Good approaches.
They always have a good game plan going in. Always.
The work that Michael Bedard and staff do is impressive. And the amount of work that goes into those game plans every day. See him at coffee shops on the road all the time, early in the day, crunching the numbers. Where's our edge today? What's our approach? Green takes a strike. And it's always interesting, isn't it, Dan? Because it's a team-wide approach against a pitcher, but it's also an individual approach for each hitter.
And I mean, it's a different pitcher all the time, too. And it's not just based upon the starters. They'll do the same thing for the relievers, setting up and having a good game plan for whoever's on that mound.
In the dirt, Torres will scoot to second. Another problem with both catchers, especially Ramirez, just the inability to cleanly block balls, Dan, to keep them by home plate.
Yeah, it's very difficult to know when you look up the numbers for Ramirez and for Liam Hicks. Just, you know, the caught stealing percentage is so low, and you wonder if it actually has a little bit to do with them, or if it's more on the starting pitchers or on the pitchers in general. You mentioned those numbers: 35 stolen bases versus 1 caught stealing.
Riley Green can't find the sweeper on the 3-2 and strikes out. Tigers with a 3-0 lead after 3.
Nick?
Well, memberships for the 2026 season are available now, so take a swing and become a 1901 Society member. Members get the best benefits, including year-round events, access to the best seats at the best prices, guaranteed opening day tickets, presented by Rocket, and more. Visit tigers.com/2026 for more information. Tarek Skubal, 9 up, 9 down. Falls behind 2-0. Remember, the first batter he faced at the plate right now, Austin Slater, Got ahead 3-0. He bounced back, and he pretty much rolled from there. And he's going to go to 3-0 for a second time on Austin Slater. Go figure. He hardly went to a 2-ball count. The next 8 batters. .30 fastball away, and Austin Slater says challenge.
Challenge.
And it was outside, and he's going to win this challenge.
Pitches the ball.
I think even Tarek knew that one. Tarek's not paying a whole lot of attention. Just said, yep, that one was outside. I don't blame Austin for challenging that. I'll go fix my shoe.
Agustin Ramirez steps to the plate. Dan, you were just talking about the strive for perfection. Logan talked about it for Tarek Skubal. Last year was just a quest. He knew that he'd reached a certain level of excellence, and he said, I've got to be good at, with me being at this level, and now just making those incremental improvements in any way that I can. And he did make improvements last year. His strike throwing was even better, which is kind of ridiculous. Swing and a miss, but after that San Diego start, we got a lot of swing and miss on his changeup. He wasn't happy with it. He's like, well, put it this way, wasn't satisfied, and that's what drives him every day. Man, that changeup is such a thing of beauty. But he's like, I was a little bit verty today, a little bit too much vertical. Didn't like the consistency. Swinging a high pop up. Who's going to take charge? McGonigal still going. Wynn pushing it, and it's pushed it out of his reach. Man, you look at the flags, it's not a big breeze here, but he got fooled, and it pushed it, I think, farther than he was expecting.
Yeah, there was a couple times where it looked like he was getting ready. He had it measured. He said, he's like, oh, I got it. Now I got to keep going. I'm going to stop. Oh, nope, I got to turn it back on again. Nope, I got it. And then turn it back on again. And, yeah, that was it. That just looks like the wind was just playing all kinds of tricks with that. 2 times it looked like he was ready to catch that.
Yeah.
Thought he had a bead on it, and then had to turn on the jets to try to catch underneath it.
Slider in to Agustin Ramirez. But that's the thing that you just admire so much about Tarek Skubal, Dan, that drive for perfection. He's never happy. Well, I shouldn't say that, but he just always wants to make sure that he's executing his pitches, performing like he can. And he's not ever going to be, I think, truly satisfied with any particular outing. Unless you're talking about the 13 strikeout game against Cleveland last year.
Yeah, he's always just talking about that he wants to be the best version of himself.
To the gap in left center field, Baez tracking it, and he'll make the easy grab. Here's our Comerica Bank game summary. Starts with those wicked changeups away to righties.
He just looks really sharp today, Dan. I mean, as good as he's been this year, it just looks like he's that extra little sharper. The velocity looks up, but boy, he's got that changeup on the outside part of the plate. Still hasn't really broken it up that much, but then just when you think you're going to lean out over that plate, he just reminds you why you shouldn't. He comes inside.
For him, it's always about establishing that fastball in. He said, when I throw that first or second good one in early, it's like, okay, I've got it. Even if it's off the plate, I know this is going to be a good day.
And it's so important for every pitcher, but not every pitcher can do it because he's got that precise control. Very rarely does he hit anybody.
Ground ball to second base. Will it be 2? Torres to McGonigal. Turn the double play. McGonigal on the pivot. Strong throw to first. Skubal gets out of a jam. This is part of it. Double play to end the top of the 4th inning. Dan, this is the 5th double play that Tarek Skubal has had turned behind him in 4 starts. He had 10 all of last year. It feels like he's developing that feel for how to save some pitches, get the ground ball with men on base, and get out of an inning. Hard hit ground ball to second. Dingler homered his first time up. Let's get on to Logan Reaver.
Yeah, I had a fascinating conversation with Spencer Torkelson because when it comes to taking pitches, he's third lowest in first pitch swing percentage and sixth lowest in swing percentage in all of baseball right now. And I asked him, what is the mindset going into that? And he said he's talked to guys around the league that they'll swing at anything and the rate is all they take into factor. But our group, it depends on the pitcher. That is the difference with this team. And he said when he's hunting his pitch, that's when he feels he's in his best form. And this is the part that I love the most. He said, yeah, the balls maybe aren't finding the green grass right now. The results to him are noise. When he hears that noise, that's when he knows the results are coming.
That good sound of the crack of the bat. That noise. Thanks, Logan. Slider up and away.
One of the best lines that I've ever heard him talk about, though, maybe laying off those pitches, is he always says, well, I can come up with my own scouting report. I know how these pitchers are going to come after me. So maybe he just sits there and says, well, I know how they're going to come after me, and that's why I'm able to lay off these, because I'm looking for pitches, and I'm getting those pitches, and I'm identifying that they're not going to be strikes.
There's a look at Spencer Torkelson waiting on deck, sponsored by C&L Ward. And that's kind of the next step in I mean, this is still a young lineup. More than 60% of their at-bats last year were by guys 26 years old or younger. That's kind of the next step for their development, right? Understand what pitchers are trying to do to you. And that's a process. Sometimes it's 500 at-bats. Sometimes it's 800 at-bats. Sometimes it's 1,000 at-bats before you really have that understanding.
And sometimes it's 50, like McGonigal's case, where he's making adjustments, seems like every couple of games as the league adjusts to him.
Well, I was joking with Torque because we had a conversation with A.J. Hinch about Riley Green and just how he's been able to get his pitch right, evident in the home run yesterday. So I asked Torque, I'm like, hey, does A.J. kind of bother you and annoy you about the same thing before you're about to take the plate? And he goes, not as much as Riley. It's turned into a joke, but it is clearly working. So let's see what he does here.
It has been the constant refrain since Riley Green debuted in the major leagues. Did you get a good pitch to hit, and did you hit it hard?
Exactly.
No, I didn't. Okay.
You
can't be mad.
Goes home at night thinking that. Wakes up in the morning. I got to get a good pitch to hit.
That has been their running conversation for years. Torque takes a pitch high. In reaching 16 of his last 26 plate appearances, 9 walks, 6 hits, 1 hit by pitch. But he's working at bats, and we talked about this yesterday with Riley Green. When you can develop that skill to foul off 2-strike pitches, and that's one of the things Riley Green worked on in the offseason. Crank that pitching machine up to 11. See those pitches as nasty as they can be, the breaking balls or the fastballs that he was chasing down or up. Not only learn how to take those pitches, flip over to first to drive Carpenter to back, but also learning how to foul those pitches off so that you can extend an at-bat and then get a pitch that you can do damage on. And he certainly did that in the 9-pitch at-bat, homering on pitch number 10 yesterday. Torkelson pops it up. Lopez make the catch near the line. 2 outs here in the 4th inning. Well, Tigers have already scored 3 or more runs in this game. So tomorrow, visit a participating Arby's location and get a free small order of curly fries. Get them, they're delicious.
Took all the suspense away from the curly fries just right in the first inning. Let's go.
But Torque did, I mean, again, that plate discipline showed up in that at-bat. He got to 2-0, attacked a fastball, and was unable to do anything with it. Fly ball to center field. Marcy comes in to make the catch. McKinstry flies out for the 2nd time today. A walk and no more for the Tigers. Head to the 5th. Tigers on top by 3. Time now for Chevy's strongest players. Our 2 starting pitchers today in their strike throwing. Alcantara's been at a level that he hasn't been in his career through 3 starts. He's not there today. That's a low total strikes percentage for Alcantara, but that's not what he's been doing so far this year. He's just been filling up the strike zone, and that's where Tarek Skubal is. That's actually a little below where he normally is, and that's well above league average. Fly ball to center. Javi doesn't have to move, and he'll drop that glove on the left shoulder to make the catch. Lopez flies out. And now a message from your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
Easy Prime customers who trade in their current vehicle can lease an F-150 XLT for only $349 a month for 36 months. Only at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
Tarik Skubal faced the minimum 12 batters through 4 and needed just 50 pitches to do it. The only base runner, an Austin Slater walk. On a day when the strike throwing's been great, a 4-pitch walk to Austin Slater last inning. He raced on the double play. Roberto Hernandez off to a tough start. He had a very nice debut in just over half a season's worth of games. Hit just under 270. Solid power numbers. Good plate discipline. None of that so far this year. The 1-1. Slider misses a little bit low.
Yeah, there's only been one. The previous pitch was a slider that he lost up and away, and that's the first time you looked at Tarik and said, oh, he knew he didn't make the pitch that he wanted to, so he says, you know what, I'm going to come right back with it. Unfortunately missed again.
Powers him with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Carpenter on the run. He'll slow down and make the catch for the second out here in the 5th. Two up, two down, Skubal rolling. One of the things we always loved watching about Justin Verlander in his prime, Dan, and this wasn't the case with Tarik Skubal today, but if there was a pitch count that got high early, he knew how to kind of pitch to contact, get easy out so he could roll into the late innings. Today, Tarik Skubal is getting the strikeouts and keeping the pitch count down. Some pretty quick at-bats. In terms of hard contact, well, there really hasn't been a single hard hit ball other than maybe the Slater ground ball in the first.
Yeah, the one comebacker looked like it was hit pretty hard. But yeah, Tarik, I mean, he's been on the corners both the inside and outside, but right there, that last pitch, I mean, he's getting 2 outs. That pitch was just, here it is, right down the middle with a fastball. Another one, just pouring it in there, you know, like he's starting to feel it. You know, I think he felt it early, but now it's almost like that adrenaline is even starting to ratchet up just a little bit higher. Like, I've got really good stuff and I've got really good command.
0-2 check swing. Did he go? He did not. Again, really trainer on the appeal.
Boy, and how do you lay off? That thing is right up there and just held up. But again, that command, he wants to go up there with that fastball, throw it right at the top end, see if he could get the swing. Almost got it.
Finished him off with a changeup last time. Hit him this time. 98 in. That's where Dingler wanted it. Not too often you see Tarik Skubal hit a batter.
I said that earlier, like, you know, he's one of those pitchers that generally can go inside. Very rarely does he get in there where he hits somebody, and every now and then he'll just hold on to it a little bit too long, but generally he sits right there, or if he's not on the corner, he's just off, and that one he just overcooked a little bit. And it's not, he's just mad at himself.
Yeah.
You know, right there, just, oh man, angry because he's such a perfectionist. You were talking about earlier that he just hates making a bad pitch.
First hit batter this year. He only hit 5 last year. 3-0 Tigers in the 5th. Norby's not a base stealing threat. Skubal shuts it down anyway. Not many teams have chosen to run on this combination of Skubal Dingler.
No. and again, that's another thing that Tarik Skubal takes so serious too. I hate walking people. I hate giving up that free 90, you know, with the stolen base. So he takes this stuff very, very serious.
And you'd be amazed at how many lefties aren't good at holding runners.
And he doesn't have a good move, but nobody steals off of him. I mean, you know, his move is just basically a step over and throw.
The strike one. Chopped to short. McGonigal takes care of Xavier Edwards. Well, it's good to be home Little Kaysen, Daddy Baseball throw hard. And he's throwing hard through 5. He's shut out the Marlins. Well, 2026 is the Tigers' 125th season of baseball. What better way to celebrate than by getting the 125th anniversary 6-pack? Each pack includes tickets to 6 games plus an extremely limited Tigers Hall of Fame player replica statue. Players include Ty Cobb, Willie Horton, and more. Learn more at tigers.com/125. Javi Baez swings and misses 1-1 to start the 5th. So 5 batters in, Sandy Alcantara was down 3-0 after the Dingler 3-run home run. 2 base runners since. A single for McGonigal, a walk last inning to Kerry Carpenter. And you look at the contact. No hard contact other than the Dingler ground ball last inning. Softly off the glove, a perfect carom to Lopez. My goodness. The putout will go 1-6-3. That might have gotten into center field if he didn't deflect it. There's an art to that, Dan.
But, I mean, how often do you see that where it goes off the pitcher's glove and goes right to a fielder? Normally, it just goes off the pitcher's glove and finds a hole somewhere.
Yeah,
maybe Edwards was right.
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah.
What a deflection. Fly ball, right field, deep, got a chance. Number 1 for Kevin McGonigal. First career home run. He got a fastball and he did not miss. Oh man, that's a great sight. Like you said, every day, Dan.
You just knew it was going to come, too. You know, he just was so comfortable this whole season at just being a hitter.
Softly to Lopez at short. He takes care of Gleyber Torres.
He's just become such a good hitter and just ambushes him. Gets that fastball belt high right down the middle, and Alcantara, that's just his MO, too. He's just going to come right after you. Look at him coil back, bring that leg back, just kind of everything is set up right in the middle and just explodes into the baseball. That's a no doubter.
Kyle Finnegan asking for the ball. Used to be they'd play keep away with that ball for innings at a time or a day at a time.
Or they get the ball and they change it and then throw it in the stands. What are you doing? You just got the ball. That's my first home run.
Oh, was it? Keith takes a changeup away.
I mean, again, now he's starting to, every day, it's like, okay, what's he going to do to thrill you?
Yep.
You know, he did that Jeter-esque play at shortstop on Friday night. You know, he gets a home run here. He's getting 4 hits in a game.
Logan Reaver's got to get out there, and it looks like they're looking for the ball. They're talking to the. Oh, we got a negotiation going on. Right now, it has not been a successful negotiation. That fan's like, you know what? I got a death grip on this. I'm going to keep this for now.
And that might be, you know, under the stands after the game.
Oh, there's no
meeting.
question.
Yeah,
there's no question. Meet us after the game, and we've got a little prize pack for you. What a thrill! Thrill for McGonigal, a thrill for that young fan.
Boy, and again, just keep adding on. I mean, you ambushed him in the first, but just to get another run.
This is in the air, deep to left center. Marcy, though, tracking it onto the warning track. Another good swing for Colt Keith. It's the 3rd out of the 5th inning. Kevin McGonigal 109 off the bat. First career home run. Tigers with a 4-0 lead.
You see?
We played 5 after 5. Tigers with a 4-0 lead on the Bet365 scoreboard. Going for the sweep of the Marlins. Tarek Skubal has faced one batter over the minimum, and that young man has hit his first career home run. Like you said, Dan, you knew it was coming. The at-bats are so good. We saw the raw power in the spring. 460-foot home run in the Dominican Republic. That's the 10th time with his home run and single today. 10 times in his 15 starts. The Kevin McGonigal has been on base at least twice with a hit or walk. That's incredible. 2-0 fastball away.
You know, and a lot of the track record that was in the minor leagues has transferred up into the big league level. You know, the walking more times than striking out.
3-0 fastball. You want to challenge this hitter. Tarek Skubal knows that.
Which, you know, you weren't sure of, you know. Okay, yeah, he did a lot of that stuff in the minor leagues, but, you know, is he going to be able to continue that up here against the best competition? And he has.
Slider on the back door gets the called strike. Davison De Los Santos, this is just his second major league game. Third major league at bat. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Willie Traynor goes up with the right hand on the appeal.
Yeah, this four-seam fastball really didn't look like it was close, and that got out there. I know that De Los Santos is not very happy, but, you know, that pitch was not really that close to the strike zone. So you're going to get that far out there, you're going to get called and get rung up.
Soft little tap foul for Javier Sanoa. Deepest that Tarek Skubal has worked into a game without allowing a hit. I always think of Justin Verlander, peak Justin Verlander, when he had thrown his no-hitters, and there would be an audible groan in the ballpark when he gave up the first hit of a game.
Oh, I
audible
remember.
groan.
But
even if it was the second inning, he'd be like, oh. Swinging a slicing foul out of play.
But every time he took the mound, you'd expect it. And every time Tarek Skubal, I mean, you might not expect a no-hitter, but you expect an awesome performance, you know, and how's he going to dominate you?
There's a pitch in, a little frustration from Tarek Skubal, 1-2.
You know what? That slider, and it made him move his feet. He didn't get that fastball in there, but another pitch. And Dylan Dingler saying, don't be afraid to come back in there.
Fly ball to center. Baez is there. 2 outs in the 6th inning. That completes the second trip through the lineup for Tarek Skubal. Probably the hardest hit ball of the day. And it was a routine play for Javi Baez. Pitch count at 72. For Skubal.
Doesn't Javi look comfortable out there in center field?
I think he loves it. We saw the numbers earlier.
Relaxed.
When he plays center, it brings out the best in him. Little pop fly, long run, and oh, what an attempt. Spencer Torkelson just ran a mile and almost made a great sliding catch.
I think he was sliding to make that catch and not to protect himself.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Running into that wall. You know, like, oh, man, I'm going to slide. Look at, off his glove. Yeah, that's why he was smiling. Just, oh, man, I was so close. I think these fielders obviously know what is going on right now, too, and they're going to make sure that they do everything to get him back in the dugout.
Little jam job pop fly. It's going to drop. Oh, man. Austin Slater's been the toughest at-bat today, and this crowd's going to acknowledge what they just watched through 18 batters.
But Tarek looking over at Austin Slater, too, spent so much time with him in spring training. And you know what? You've got nothing to be disappointed about, making a pitch like that right in on the hands. And Slater was just able, it might have been up a little bit that he was able to muscle it. But you can't, be upset with yourself.
Now look, he busts him in.
Yes, that's right off the label, right off the trademark of the bat. But just like belt high, and Slater just being strong enough and hits left-handers well. Just strong enough to muscle it in there.
Change up, swing and miss. Agustin Ramirez. Oh, and you knew off the bat. It's like.
That's what he says. He goes, "This is hard. This is hard to do." Gosh, What
was the deepest you ever took a no-hitter?
7 2/3.
I bet you remember it. I bet you remember the hit that broke it up.
I sure do.
Who was it?
George Vukovich. Yep. And remember everything about it. Tommy Brookins had made 3 spectacular plays, or I wouldn't even have been that far.
Wait, Pete Vukovich broke it up?
George.
Vukovich, wait, the pitcher broke it up. Tarek Skubal walking into the dugout. 6 shutout innings, and he's working with a 4-0 lead. Well, the Tigers' 2026 season is off and running. If you can't make it out to the ballpark, stream the game live with a subscription to your new home for Detroit sports, Detroit SportsNet. Presented by Bet365. Your subscription includes the Tigers all season long, plus the Red Wings starting this fall, subject to national exclusivities. Terms and conditions apply. Don't miss a minute of the action. Subscribe by visiting tigers.tv. Now, Riley Green takes a sinker to start the bottom of the 6th inning. 4-0 Tigers. 2 home runs accounting for all the runs today. Dylan Dingler, a 3-run home run in the first. Kevin McGonigal's first career home run last inning. Good changeup, gets the swing and miss. A terrific at bat for Riley Green yesterday. His first home run of the year. First of many. Shot off the glove. Well, the lunging Xavier Edwards on an 0-2. Let's take you back to that first inning and Dylan Dingler's home run. Dan, on an 0-2 pitch.
Yeah, had to bring his hands in, as you described, to get the barrel of the bat to it, and just slow enough on that changeup, 90-mile-an-hour changeup, that enabled him to be able to get that barrel. If that's that sinker in there, it might have been a different story.
Yeah, it might have broken the bat.
Yeah.
3rd home run for Dylan Dingler.
But all with 2 outs, too, that 3-run first inning.
The consistency in his at-bats last year was so impressive. The rough 2-month debut. Fly ball to right. This is deep. Slater, though, will backpedal and make the catch. That's a good swing for Dylan Dingler. It's the first out of the 6th. Now a message from Rally House.
The season starts at Rally House. From jerseys and hats to tumblers for game day, it's where outrageous selection meets every fan's style.
Kerry Carpenter, a walk and a strikeout. Strikeouts are still present for Kerry Carpenter. Flip over to first. Riley Green stole a base off Ramirez yesterday. But the thing that we're watching with Kerry Carpenter, he's drawing some walks, and that's a very good sign. He was behind in that at bat 1 and 2 last time up and worked the walk. Challenge on the called ball.
Challenge in the pitch.
Yeah, it looked good live.
Pitch is the strike.
Strike 1 on Kerry Carpenter.
Yeah, but right now, always with Kerry, you never know when you know, he's gonna get hot, and all of a sudden, boom, like he did against the Cardinals.
It's a good sinker, power sinker with movement at the plate at 97.
It's just every time he's at the plate, it's just you expect there's going to be a big swing in there.
And this offense has been solid early, and it hasn't even started to heat up. Carpenter's got 2 home runs. Riley Green has 1. Torkelson has none. Cole Keith is still looking for his first. Fouled out of play, and as we said, there's some really good markers for Keith and for Torque. Keith just been hitting the ball hard all year long. Came into this game hitting .350. Torque has not yet hit for average, but he's getting on base a ton.
You know, Riley talked about his home run that he hit yesterday when runners were at second and third. He was just talking about, hey, I just want to get a base hit in that situation, and I wasn't trying to hit a home run. And sometimes when I'm just trying to get a base hit, I run into him. So that might be the same thing for Cole Keith.
In the air, deep to right. Slater looking up, and it's gone. Third home run of the year for Kerry Carpenter. Third of the day for the Tigers. And a 6-0 lead in the 6th.
That's the thing. Every time he's up there, you just expect, here comes that big swing. Just like he hit the one to left field. Watch this, it's about a half swing.
Jeez.
He just goes down. That's a strong man. The one he poked into left field. But look at that. He just goes down, gets that sweeper down and in. That's not even a strike. And is able to just muscle that thing. I mean, that ball's hammered with a half a swing.
As impressive as the home run off the changeup away was, I think that's even more impressive.
I mean.
And Torkelson gets to join the fun. Squeezes a base hit into left on a 1-0. Down to a knee with a half cut. Into the seats and right.
I mean, look at being right on time. He always talks about getting that front foot down to be on time for the fastball and adjust to the breaking ball. I think that's a good example of exactly what he tries to do. Get that foot down, then saw it was the sweeper, and then just that 3/4 half swing. Man, that's impressive. That's impressive. That's strong. That's a strong man.
He's just getting started. And a base hit into center from McKinstry. Torque will hold at second. Wow. Swings this third trip through. They've gotten a whole lot better against Alcantara.
You know, his pitch count is almost up to 90, and you know, he's just out there, keeps going.
Moscow's the pitching coach out. Bullpen just getting busy
now.
This is the Tigers offense. This is why when it was kind of quiet, it wasn't off to a great start, this top 5 offense from last year, I just wasn't worried, Dan, because you've got threats up and down the order. And you can have days like this against a guy who had absolutely dominated 3 different teams. Base hit into right center. That's going to score Torkelson. And McKinstry does what he does best all the way to third. Tigers having some fun. 4 straight hits and a 7-0 lead.
Boy, everything that's being thrown up right now is getting hit hard by the Tigers. Javi Baez this time gets that fastball up and out over the plate. And again, he's looking for that pitch out over the plate now. He's been fed so many breaking balls that he's leaning out over that plate. And he's stroking that outside pitch up the middle or the other way. And Javi Baez staying hot. And Javi, seeing that throw that was offline, cruises into second.
The great first to third base running, led by that guy at third. Gonna go with a home run his last time up. There are a few who run the bases like Zach McKinstry did last year. Took the extra base at an incredible 70% clip. Only a handful of players have done that. That's first to third on a single, second to home on a single, first to home on a double. He fueled the offense with his base running. League average is right around 42% every year. He was at 70%. He's got good speed. It's not top speed, but he showed everybody how it's done. And there's a perfect example. Javi Baez watched him try to throw him out at third and just took an extra 90 feet. 2 more hits for McGonigal today. Just spits on the cutter down and in.
You know what? After that home run on the fastball, Alcantara has not thrown a fastball to McGonigal in this at-bat. I know there's a base open over at first base, but that doesn't seem like Alcantara ever would do that. He's being very careful with him.
And he walks him. 5 in a row have reached. And again, the bullpen just got busy. 3rd time in his career he's allowed 7 runs and 3 home runs. First time since 2021. 0 home runs this year in 24 dominant innings. It's worth repeating, he's allowed 2 runs on 10 hits in his 3 starts against Colorado, the White Sox, and Cincinnati. Infield stays drawn in tight. But you think they'd maybe back up the middle for a chance at a double play. Everybody's in tight. First pitch to Torres, swinging a foul out of play.
Yeah, the entire infield was looking into the dugout, and including Ramirez, the catcher, just like, okay, are you coming out to get Alcantara, or what positioning do you want? Wasn't sure exactly it. And yeah, I think they were wondering the same thing, Dan. Hey, do you want us in or do you want us back?
Slider misses down. Great day for the offense. 3 runs in the first. Alcantara then cruised through a 13 batter stretch. McGonigal homered, going through the lineup a 3rd time, and that's touched off. An explosion the last 2 innings. Soft ground ball to third, the throw home for the force, and then the throw to first. Bang bang at the base. And I actually thought that throw beat him.
You know, I know that they were looking about where Glaber was. He was running on the grass. Yep.
Yep, beat the throw. Simple 5-2 force. Keeps the inning alive for a guy who every time up seems to hit the ball 105 somewhere. Cole Keith had a good swing last time up. It was a fly ball out. He's 1 for 3 today. Infield backs up except for Sanoa at third.
And that, yeah, I don't think Cole Keith would be button for a base hit here. You know?
As you look at Sanoa in tight.
Right.
Change up down, call the ball.
Challenging the pitch.
And he's going to lose, and the Marlins will be out of challenges.
The pitch is the ball. Miami is out of challenges.
Five straight batters reached. Carpenter with a 2-run home run. Tigers have scored 3 here in the 6th inning. Cole Keith trying to add on. Green with a couple of hits today. McGonigal with a couple of hits plus a walk. Home runs for Carpenter, Dingler, and McGonigal. Pop fly. Will it drop? Long run for Hernandez. The short shortstop Lopez cuts in between and makes a fine running grab. Tigers score 3. Carpenter's third of the year widens the lead. Tarek Skubal now working with a 7-0 lead in the 7th. He went into the 7th or beyond 13 times in his 31 starts last year. And just about every time it was complete dominance. Jam job pop up to the top of the screen, and it's 0-2 on Jacob Marcy. 3-4-5 hitters for the Marlins. Tarek Skubal went as deep into a game as he's ever been when he recorded his first out in the 6th inning without allowing a hit. Recorded another out. He was 1 out away from being through 6 without allowing a hit, and then the little bloop from Austin Slater, who was a Tiger during spring training, broke up the beginnings of what felt like a really special day for Tarek Skubal. Pop fly down the right field line. That's a long run for Carpenter, and he lunges, but he doesn't get it, and Marcy will end up on third. Carpenter gets the ball into Glaber. Jacob Marcy's had a tough series. He's got a lot of friends and family here, the Allen Park native. And even though it came against the Tigers, you are happy for him because it's been a struggle.
And Tarek has done this so far in the first 4 starts, has thrown that changeup left on left. He just left that one up a little bit in the strike zone over the middle of the plate. Marcy able to just get enough of it down that right field line, perfectly positioned to get to that triple.
Swing and a miss by Otto Lopez, jumping out of his shoes trying to hit the fastball up and away. He's going to need a minute after that swing and miss.
I'm thinking Tarek, that, you know, thinking that, hey, I don't want to give up a run. I know the infield's back and everything. Zeros mean something to him.
Yep.
He's going to need a pop-up or a couple strikeouts.
Fly ball to right, and that will score the run. No, he really wanted that, didn't he?
No, he does, you know. And that's the way it should be. It's, you know, you go out, you take the mound, you say, you know, the first goal is to throw a perfect game. All right, the first base runner, it's okay, then I'm going to throw a no-hitter. After that, it's a shutout. So you just have all those little check marks that you start every time you go out there.
Of those 13 starts last year went 7 innings or more. He put up a 0 9 times. He's up for 1 in the 7th inning. Otto Lopez for the sacrifice fly. Changeup floats. 2-0 count on Roberto Hernandez.
Skubal's reaction after throwing a pitch like it just it's so infrequent that he just throws it. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I threw one that wild. Walks around the mound, settles himself down. Boom.
And again, a 3-0 count. 3rd time today. It's just an oddity. This has been another day where the strike throwing's been terrific. The 4th time today he's gone to 3-0. First pitch strikes right where he usually is, 70%. He can get back into this at bat. Fastball off the plate and in. Second walk of the day to go with 6 strikeouts for Skubal.
Yeah, I wonder if Federer will go out and talk to him, and give somebody in the bullpen a little chance. That pitch count's starting to get up there, and especially with a 7-0 lead.
Nobody throwing yet, but stirring, and that means somebody will be momentarily. Chris Federer always knows the right thing to say. Sometimes it's just something he's seeing in the motion. Sometimes it's just a little piece of advice. I mean, whatever it is, like A.J. Hinch, he has his psychology degrees. We see Kyle Finnegan beginning to get loose.
And it could also just be as simple as, hey, you still strong? Still feeling okay? Hey, you know what? I really don't want to be out here, but you know we're going to get somebody up in the bullpen. I just
and
need
that's
to
all it can be, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, sometimes just keep it simple.
Yeah. And Tarek with his glove over his mouth. Yeah, I got you. I understand. I'll get out of this inning.
See if he can get the double play ball off the bat of Connor Norby. First pitch sinker misses in. Norby runs well. Not a great double play candidate. 9 for 40 starts so far. Last year hit 250 with a little bit of extra base power. Occasional home run power. He takes a fastball for a strike. Almost 27,000 in the ballpark today. Been good crowds this weekend. Slider misses down.
Yeah, you can tell that this is getting to that point of the game where Tarek's starting to labor a little bit. The misses are bigger misses than he's been at any point in this game. That was the other reason Fett went out there, because he knows his pitcher when the signs that shows that he might be hitting the end of the day.
Fastball away, another big miss. And you would think this is his last batter. Those pitches he's thrown last time out was 95. Popped up. Will there be room? And Zach McKinstry just gets a better look at where it lands. It's just strike two. Matchup of aces today. Sandy Alcantara, the former Cy Young Award winner, off to a great start. Tigers jumped out to a 3-0 lead, and they've kept adding on, all 7 runs against Alcantara. Tarik Skubal no hit the Marlins into the 6th. Fastball 97 back to the screen. A.J. Hinch generally does not let Tarik Skubal go beyond 100 pitches. Only 3 times in the regular season last year in 31 starts. Changeup got him, and that will be the end of the day.
But a good way for him to end, because you know he would not be happy going in if he didn't get that last strikeout in. We'll listen to that crowd. And I know Tarik, he always applauds that crowd. He just loves what that crowd does for him. Here those chances, Scoob, and there he is, clapping as he goes off the mound. It's a beautiful sight. He appreciates that crowd. Great to see.
Tigers baseball on the Detroit SportsNet is brought to you by Steel. Find your local Steel dealer at steelusa.com. And by Wallside Windows, local and family owned, celebrating 82 years as Michigan's leader in replacement windows. Skubal start day is always a fun day at the ballpark. His first home start of 2026 was a gem. Crowd chanting Scoob as he came off the mound. He applauds back. And he is in line for his 2nd win of the year after 6 2/3 brilliant innings today. Well, it's time to go to the bullpen for a Wallside Windows pitching change, and that brings Kyle Finnegan into the game. Kyle Finnegan has been tough to hit this year. Right now he's kind of battling his command, which is unusual. He's only given up 1 hit in 5 1/3. That's good. Stuff looks good. He's walked 7. Which is not Kyle Finnegan.
Now he's had to pitch around those, and a lot of those have been leadoff walks, but he still keeps continuing to put up zeros in the most important column, and that's runs.
This one's going to drop into right center. Carpenter will field it on the run, and Pretty conservative base running by Heriberto Hernandez.
Yeah, with 2 outs, you would have thought that.
That's an easy over to third base. Liam Hicks will pinch hit for De Los Santos. Another ex-Tiger. He was in their farm system, taken away by Miami in the Rule 5 draft in 2024. And there's a lot to like about his debut. The bat-to-ball skills. A little bit of extra base power. Soft little tap foul, off to a really nice start for the Marlins. Kyle Finnegan at his best. Fastball splitter. He's trying to work that slider in a little more, at least get it to the point where it's on the scouting report, Dan. That's usually that 10% mark.
And he's happy with what it's doing. He's happy with the shape and getting a little more consistent with it.
Ground ball softly to first, off the splitter. Torque takes care of the pinch hitter Hicks. Tigers at the 7th inning stretch. The Figer-Law 7th inning stretch. The Tigers have a 7-1 lead.
Especially when their loved ones are deployed. We're incredibly honored to welcome the families of deployed service members from Selfridge Air National Guard Base to today's game. At this time, we ask that everyone please stand and join us in the singing of God Bless America, performed today by Monica Nataro.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, why with firm God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Detroit Tigers and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Detroit Tigers.
It has turned into a beautiful day, and it's brought out a big crowd at Comerica Park. They came to see 2 aces today. And Tarek Skubal was brilliant in 6 2/3 innings. The Tigers got to Sandy Alcantara, and that is credit to the Tigers' offense. Alcantara making his first road start, as you pointed out, Dan, was not as sharp. He'd been dominant, though, through 3 starts in 24 innings this year.
Yeah.
Lots of good at-bats.
Just love the add-on runs, too, instead of that big first inning and just sitting on it. Continued to pound away, get a single run in the 5th, and then the big 3-run spot again in the 6th to break it wide open.
Phillips 78 innings in relief, where they'll use him multiple innings at a time. Phillips in his 3rd year in the major leagues. Kind of a late bloomer. His first full year was at age 27. Off to a terrific start. Opponents just 4 for 31 against him. And he's got a nasty splitter to lefties.
You say he's got quite a mix. Got a good sinking fastball, mid-90s, sweeper, that split finger. Also will throw the curveball and mix in the 4-seamer. Oop, right there.
Riley's going to challenge.
The batter is challenging the pitch.
He's going to win it. Didn't challenge one on the road in Minnesota and regretted it. And
pitches the ball.
This is a good challenge. But then I feel like pitchers and hitters and catchers seem to be ahead of the curve, but still learning the strike zone. Still learning what it looks like, this new, smaller strike zone. Backdoor away. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule. I feel like we're heading into interleague play because it feels like the Tigers have been moved to the National League. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule brought to you by Bet365, because for the first 5 Tigers series have been against the National League, and there's 3 more coming up later this month. The Royals are in town. We get to see that's a matchup on Tuesday of 2 terrific lefties, Valdez against Cole Reagans. But truly, it's such an oddity. 7 of the first 10 series this year are going to be against National League teams.
That is strange, but how about the 2 lefty starters for the Royals? They haven't seen a lefty starter yet this year.
Sinker for a strike. Talk about these national. So you play 15 National League teams, obviously. You play every one. So this is the season game number when facing your 4th National League opponent. Usually it's much later in the year, but the Tigers will have faced 7 by the end of the month, 7 of the first 10 series. That's an oddity. Soft fly ball into center. Dylan Dingler's hit the ball hard today 3 times, including a 3-run home run. Now a message from Figer Law.
If you've been injured in a trucking accident, make Figer Law your first call. Figer Law. All we do is win.
All we do is win.
Kerry Carpenter hit a home run on a pitch like that his last time up. It was a slider down that he went down and just golfed it into the seats in right field. Ended up on his left knee. As you pointed out, just kind of a half cut. Riley Green, as you said yesterday, wasn't trying to do too much, and he hit it 800 feet to right field for his first.
Yeah, just again, staying with that approach is what they keep preaching. Stay with the approach, and the home runs will come when you least expect them. Not trying, but they come off the bat.
Ground ball to second base. Green fell down on his way to second, but Kerry Carpenter, running hard, beats the relay from Lopez on the attempted double play. It's just a simple force at second base.
Boy, every time you see Riley stumble, you just like, oh man, I hope he's okay.
And that's what caused it.
Yeah.
Trying to avoid getting hit by the baseball.
Yeah. Just comes up okay after that collision with Parker Meadows out in left field, and that little stumble, now he's laughing. I'm sure the guys are giving him a hard time.
Oh, no, not at all, right?
Oh, my goodness.
Not at all. Torkelson ground ball single last time up, 1 for 3. 10-hit attack, 3 home runs, all off the starter, Sandy Alcantara. Torque says, okay, I think that was a little bit low, but I'm not going to challenge. Got a sweeper that was up a little bit. Fouled it out of play.
He's been hitting those hard. That's one of the ones where he always talks about, yeah, I know they're going to throw that to me. That's why he's laying off those sweepers, and he's out there leaning over there looking for him, and he had a good swing at that one.
Righties had the edge against this righty last year. Torque swings a mighty pop. Will it be playable? The wind will not bring it back safely into the seats for Torque. What a turnout this weekend. Lower bowl's been filled all weekend. The upper deck largely full. Almost 80,000 for a 3-game weekend series in April. Swinging a miss at a pitch in the dirt. Torque will be thrown out to complete the strikeout. Tigers lead by 6 through 7.
When you're hurting.
Friday nights just got even better at Comerica Park. Join us Friday night or a party in the park. Presented by Casamigos. Enjoy pregame food, drink specials, live music, postgame fireworks, and a whole lot more. Friday nights are fun at Comerica Park. Don't miss it. Go to tigers.com/party to learn more. Kyle Finnegan in his second inning of work got the last out last inning. First pitch in the 8th is popped in the air to Riley Green. Sun has come out. Sunglasses are on. Looking into the sun. Green makes the catch for the first out in the 8th inning.
And how happy is Kyle Finnegan right there? One pitch, one out on a lazy fly ball into left field. That's the way you draw it up. I don't want anybody getting back in this game.
Nope.
Come right back at people. First pitch you throw, one out.
So the walk's really just an anomaly right now for Kyle Finnegan. Swinging a slicing drive to right field. That will get into the seats off the bat of Austin Slater, who had the toughest at-bats against Skubal today. And I just like the stuff for Kyle Finnegan.
You know, Dan, I mean, it's so uncharacteristic of Finnegan, too. I mean, the walks, it's like, where are they? And, you know, his mechanics seem fine.
Yep.
I mean, you know, he's not out of sorts.
I'm just going to blame it on colder weather.
Yeah, I mean, and you can. You certainly can.
Strike on the outside edge. Couldn't challenge. There's no penalty for tapping your helmet when you're out of challenges, other than the umpire scolding you. Reminding you, sorry, you have lost that right. Again, that's going to be a big pitch for Kyle Finnegan. Just something to add to the splitter, which he's always thrown to righties and lefties. And the second thing he's working on this year, making sure that he's throwing that four-seam fastball at the bottom rail. Splitter bounces up to home plate, but he says there's no question. Best splitter he's ever had was when he joined the Tigers last year. So you can see how he uses those pitches. And again, he throws it a lot to righties. So far, that slider only to righties. But I would think as he gets more confidence in it, Dan, that he'll try to bury it at the back foot of lefties. Zach McKinstry, will he get him? Oh, man. Effort. What an effort by Spencer Torkelson. He had to make a quick decision. Do I catch it back across the bag, or do I go get it? Great effort by McKinstry at third, too.
Yeah, that was exactly it with Torque. I mean, Zach McKinstry getting rid of it, and he's reading the throw and what the hop is going to look like and saying, okay, if I come back on this, that's going to be the hop that I want. And then at the last split second, he said, nope, I got to come forward to try to get that short hop, and just couldn't quite come up with it.
Eric Hosmer had the art of backing across the bag into foul territory down to a science. I mean, that's a very difficult play. You've got the ball meeting the runner at the same time. I think he made the right choice there. And he's really good at scooping the in-between hop. Spencer Torkelson works on it every day. Well-located fastball. Again, that's the one he wants, down in the strike zone.
But you were right about talking about the slider, Dan, is, you know, he's told me that he wants to start throwing that to left-handers, and especially that back door. So outside to that left-hander.
Ramirez 1 for 11 in the series. Soft ground ball to third. Can they turn two? Good candidate. Got him. Longest double play. McKinstry and Torres made it look easy. Tigers 3 outs away from a sweep.
Head to Little.
This is the Tigers offense today. Everybody's gotten in on the fun. And Kevin McGonigal, another day with 2 hits. He's reached 3 times. First career home run. Home runs for Carpenter and Dylan Dingler. Really, that blow in the first inning, Dan, kind of set the tone for the day.
Well, it does, and especially when you've got Tarek Skubal on the mound and throwing as well as he did today. I mean, if you're in that Miami Marlins dugout, you're like, oh man, we're in trouble. And Alcantara, the only thing he can do is just say, okay, I got to stop it right there. I can't give up anything more because I know the guy in the other dugout is got it going.
Little flare into left, and that's going to hang up long enough for Hernandez to run underneath it. McKinstry had a line drive single last time up. That will complete a 1-for-4 day and bring up Javi Baez. Another day with a sharp single for him, a hard hit ball.
When you're expecting your ace to go out there and, you know, kind of put an end to the the first 2 losses in this series, and that first inning, that first boom, big blow, I mean, it just really knocks the wind out of you.
Yeah, rocked you, right?
Oh, yeah. That's the thing. If you're going to get to those real good pitchers, those starting pitchers, I mean, you better get to him early. Don't let him start cruising.
Javi swings, fouls it out of play, falls behind, no balls, 2 strikes. I just love that for Dylan Dingler last year, it was just consistent high batting average all year. Kept it up in that 270, 280 range and finished at 278. The league hit 244. So now you've established this base where you can hit for average because you hit a lot of line drives. Everybody knows he's got the power. And now you can kind of begin to add that power element to your game.
But you've seen the other swings and outs that he's made today, and you know that one was right to the fence in right field. Then he hit another ball into right center. So that approach of trying to hit it up the middle, unless they get the ball inside, and then he turns on it.
Softly hit to center field. Marcy takes care of Javi Baez for the 2nd out in the 8th inning.
But he's starting to show that power that other way a little bit, you know, driving the ball. You know, not just hitting those singles up the middle, but
his third at bat.
Yeah, you know, like
scorched it.
You know, like gap power over in that right center field.
You don't want to miss. You do not want to go to the concession stands when this guy steps to the plate.
No.
What a special beginning to the major league career of Kevin McGonigal.
Look at how locked in he is, though.
He's not even noticing that Phillips is like, I can't hear. I've got a pitch come issue.
I don't care. He's still waggling the bat, getting ready. Like,
would you just throw the pitch already?
Yeah, quit making an excuse. Let's go.
Teams started to pitch Kevin McGonigal differently in spring training.
Yep.
Because he showed he could hit the fastball from day 1.
But the biggest one was Mason Miller to me in that first series that McGonigal hammered the fastball, and Mason Miller, who's got the best fastball on the planet.
On the planet.
You know, said, he's not seeing one for me. I'm throwing all breaking balls.
And that, I mean, he's being pitched like a veteran. And that's why it was kind of a surprise, except that Alcantara does live off the fastball, pitch off the fastball, that he got a fastball that he could drive because he's not seeing many. Once you establish that you can hit the fastball, hit it away, then teams will pitch you in and soft away. You can handle that. Then they start to nibble. Line drive and a 3-hit day for Kevin McGonigal. Man, this is fun to watch.
Well, I think there's the reason why. You know, you trying not to throw him a fastball. And if you do, I mean, that's what's going to happen.
He doesn't miss.
No. But look at how consistent the approach is. I mean, talk about the home run where he just brings that lead leg back and just kind of coils up, and then as the pitch is there, just uncoils.
So balanced, the head is so still.
But hands back and then boom.
It's elite bat to ball skills paired with elite ability to recognize pitches. Take a look at already Kevin McGonigal has reached 27 times Sal Stewart's.
Yeah. My goodness.
Yeah, look at Sal Stewart. He's reached 29 times. Sweeper misses a little bit low. 2-1 on Gleyber Torres. McGonigal has reached 4 times today. Slicing drive down the right field line. Gleyber Torres would like to join the fun. He is the only Tigers batter not to reach with a hit or a walk today. Big to get this guy back. Gleyber Torres really led this offense last year. Was not healthy the final couple of months. His bat still hasn't heated up, and that's what he can do. Just flick his bat at a splitter away off the plate and just drop it into right field. Runners at the corners with 2 outs for Colt Keith.
But that's what's so frustrating for a pitcher is you make a good pitch, and that's exactly what Gleyber does. He can spoil them, foul them off to get even a better one. But look at that location. That's like Carey's swing.
Yeah.
Watch, it's about half or 3/4. Look, he's just flipping the barrel of the bat at it. But he does it all the time. I mean, with 2 strikes, he'll foul them off to get a better pitch. And right there just gets that pitch and just same approach. Okay, boom. Get that little blooper right down the right field line.
"12 hits, 7 runs. Tigers just needed to get home. Get out of the cold, get home. Incredibly, we warmed into the 70s today. This was a top 5 offense last year that brought Gleyber Torres back, added Kevin McGonigal, check swing, and Keith went too far, 1-1. There are a lot of strengths. It hit for more power last year as a team. Run scoring was up. There was a lot to like. It was kind of a very uneven start, let's face it, through the 4-9 start. Top 6 in the American League in run scoring going into play today. This has all the markings of a team that can once again finish in the top 5. Sweeper. That looked like not where Phillips wanted it.
Boy, that curveball for the first strike, that was an uncomfortable looking swing from Colt Keith, and I don't remember him ever this season yet taking a swing like that.
Yeah.
Seems like he's been on everything.
Everything.
So, you know, that he looked like he might have been a little bit late on that sweeper, didn't recognize it right away, and looked like a nice curveball from Phillips.
1-2 in the dirt. And again, the failure to block a ball adds a run for the Tigers. McGonigal scores. 8-1 Tigers lead in the 8th.
Yeah, that's going to go down probably as a wild pitch, but that's one that just needs to be blocked. It sure does. Yep.
Torres goes down to second. Check swing, no chance that he went. And Colt Keith has worked the count full. Beautiful April day. Great crowds all weekend. Love to see out here Tuesday night. Royals come into town. Curveball bounces. And Ramirez will throw down to first to complete the strikeout. Tigers add to their lead. We head to the 9th. Tigers 3 outs away from a sweep of the Marlins.
Tigers baseball on Detroit SportsNet is presented by your Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealers. And by Figer Law, all we do is win. We got a lot coming up for you here in Tigers postgame. Kevin McGonigal, home run #1 of the career. Also, how in the world did Kerry Carpenter get that homer out of the yard? And here's some perspective for you. Sandy Alcantara had only given up 10 hits in the 24 innings. Coming into this game, the Tigers got to him for 10 hits today. We get into how coming up next.
Really good, and your point's a good one, Dan. Just adding on those runs after it looked like he was going to cruise maybe following the 3-run first. That was huge. Starting with the McGonigal home run in the 5th.
And they did it yesterday too. Same way that game on Friday night was until Baez hit the home run to make it 2-0. That was kind of nip and tuck. But yesterday, scoring early in the first inning, then breaking it open in the third.
Connor Siebold on the mound. He's getting better and better. Torkelson falls down, and nicely done. Siebold covers for him at first. Gleyber Torres throws over Torkelson to get Jacob Marcy for the first out of the 9th inning.
Yeah, that's that play that is the toughest one for first baseman, whether to go for that baseball, because he wants to get it, but what they're trying to do is eliminate that throw to the pitcher trying to cover first. But Connor Siebold, knowing that I got to get that first out, he gets off the mound quickly and picks up for Torkelson slipping and falling over there in that hole, and it becomes an easy out.
Spencer Torkelson is very good at first. His rating by defensive run save gets hurt because he's told generally to go to first base on every ground ball to his right.
That's right.
And first basemen, believe me, they talk about it. They talk amongst themselves. But he said that's just what we do. We have our second baseman positioned in a certain way, and unless it's a scorcher that I dive for, go to first base.
That's it. He just wants to eliminate that throwing to the pitcher, so that's why he hardly ever goes to his right, just because he can backpedal, get over to first, and make that easy throw from the second baseman.
In the air, deep to left field, trouble, and Riley Green, what an effort.
Man.
Hit the wall hard. Man, Lopez hits it out. Great effort by Riley Green.
You know, I mean, it's 8-1, 8-2 now, but Riley Green still is out there, and AJ talks about it. I can't tell him not to try to catch that ball. He's still playing hard on a ball that, on a ball that is looks like it's going to be out. He could have just, it's going to be out, but he's still playing as hard as he can, trying to save his pitcher and his team a run.
That's a great look, guys. You can see it just inches over his glove.
I just love that he's going after that and banging into that wall.
First run that Connor Siebold has allowed. It's been so far interesting pickup to begin with, because he's had no success at the major league level, but the Tigers noticed that he'd made some changes in his delivery, got swing and miss during spring training, and he's just been sharpening the repertoire each time out. 6 1/3 scoreless before giving up that home run. He gets Hernandez, and quickly 2 up, 2 down. He's got more velocity. He's pitching, I think, with a lot of confidence.
He is, and I thought maybe they would go to him earlier and try to let him finish the game out, but he's been really, really good and had multiple innings in his first 3 appearances. This will just be a single 1-inning appearance.
Perfect fastball, down and away. 26,000 plus on their feet here at Comerica Park. In the air to left center, little humpback liner will drop in front of Riley Green for Connor Norby.
You know, too, Dan mentioned it yesterday with Drew Anderson pitching really well, picking up his first major league save and walking off that field. I mean, those guys that throw multiple innings, they generally don't get to pitch multiple innings at the end of a game and walk off and shake everybody's hand.
That's right.
And Connor Siebold has got a chance to do that right here. Get a good solid inning and then get this out of the way and then shake everybody's hand with a lot of smiles.
Fastball up at 93. It's the fastball velocity that has led the way in his improved repertoire. It just feels like it's made everything better. Just using his lower half, he feels more effectively. And that's certainly something the Tigers talk about a lot, Dan. Robin Lund talked about ground forces when he joined this staff several years ago, and pitchers understanding that you use those ground forces to transfer the energy up to your arm, and it takes pressure off your arm, and you can throw harder.
And he's raised that arm angle, and different guys have more success. Like some of them raise their arm angle and get more velocity, like Seabold, like Taj Bradley. Jansen Junk yesterday lowered his arm angle and got more velocity.
The 2-1. High in the air. Riley Green is there. Tigers sweep the Marlins. Brilliant start for Tarek Skubal and a big day for the rookie. First career home run. Ignited some add-on runs late. And you couldn't draw this one up much better, Dan.
You know what? The demeanor of the team coming off that 4-game sweep in Minneapolis, you could just see it on their faces. They didn't see it coming. They were shocked. And they were energized by this big crowd here at Comerica Park being back home. You could see it on their face. They came out early in these games and just attacked the Marlins, ended up sweeping this 3-game series, and just day off tomorrow and then regroup and take it to the Royals.
And what they really want to get back on track, the consistency of their staff, it remains the strength of this team. The bullpen depth, the starting rotation depth, and they gave up 3 runs in 3 games against a team that was averaging over 5 runs a game through 13 games this season, the Marlins. And they've been very consistent and very productive, and that's the other thing, Dan. The pitching really stepped up, the starters stepped up, and the strike throwing got better. These are all the things we're looking forward to watching over the course of a full season.
And also just the home run, we're back. After not hitting one in Minneapolis, having all the home runs that were hit in this series, what they hit 5, that was a good sign. But also to finish it off, beating a really, really good starting pitcher in Sandy Alcantara and kind of going away. So very good to see.
Everybody got to contribute. Everybody got to join in the fun. Home runs today were from Dingler, the 3-run shot early, Carpenter, Kevin McGonigal with his first career home run. And Kevin McGonigal's put on a headset down on the field. Kevin.
How we doing?
That was a pretty fun day at the ballpark.
It was a great time. I'm more happy that I was able to get the first one out of the way in front of this great city and these great fans. So it was unbelievable.
You've been having such great at-bats. I mean, it was on your mind? I guess it's always good to get that first one out of the way. And just walk us through that at-bat, because you jumped on that first fastball.
Yeah, so obviously saw him 2 times before and knew what his hitter looked like. And, I was just being aggressive in that at-bat and hoping I would get that first pitch fastball, and I did. And biggest thing is I didn't miss it.
What are you seeing from opposing pitchers? Because everybody says, well, they're going to make adjustments, but obviously whatever adjustments they're making really haven't quite worked, because you continue to just tear the league up.
Yeah, the biggest thing I'm finding out so far is a lot of off-speed. Not really seeing a lot of heaters right now, and but just making adjustments when I get the heater, can't miss it, and staying on that off-speed as well.
And how comfortable, too, AJ always talks about being in that leadoff spot because that 19th hitter comes around early in the game. How comfortable are you in that leadoff position, getting this team off to such a good start?
Yeah, in the minor leagues, I had experience leading off a few times, and I love going out there, being the first one out there, getting the guys going, and I'm looking forward to keep doing that.
Yes, we are. We are, too.
We're enjoying watching it. Congrats on that first one.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Great job.
Yeah.
Kevin McGonigal's reached 8 times in the leadoff spot the last 3 games. He fueled this Tigers offense all weekend long, and that ball went a long way off a Sandy Alcantara fastball, and he loved it. Post game's coming up next. Stay with us.